Hello everyone, today we're going to paint a colour spectrum with light going through a prism. Let's get started. To make our colour spectrum, the first thing we're going to do is to draw a triangle for our prism. So I'll make mine 10 centimetres long. So I'll start off with the bottom line. And you can measure the line if you like, and then I will make a mark halfway along the line, and you can draw a very faint line going straight up so you know where your centre of your triangle will be. Then you can put the ruler on the 10 centimetre mark and take the end of the ruler to the centre line and join the two together, and that way the other side of your triangle should be 10 centimetres, making an equilateral triangle. Next we're going to draw in our white light. So the white light will go at a right angle into the prism, and we're not going to paint that one, and then it will travel through the prism and come out the other side. And when the light comes through the other side of the prism, that's when it breaks out into the different colour beams of light. So I'm just going to roughly draw out, I suppose it's almost like another triangle at the other side, and then we want to split it into the beams of the rainbow. So we'll have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So we'll have 7 stripes, which means you'll need 6 lines. If you wanted to, you could measure them. So if you were going to measure them, you'd measure them at this side here. But I'm just going to draw roughly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which will give us red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. We're now ready to paint. If you want to write down the colours so that you can remember, you could just write them lightly in pencil. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. Now the easiest way to do this is to start off with your primary colours. So I'll start with red. So I'm going to wet my brush, and then I'll take a little bit of paint on the end of my brush, and I'm going to paint the red. If you don't have paints, you could use crayons, coloured pencils, markers, any other materials that you have. So I'm painting carefully with the tip of my brush, and I use my other fingers as a guide on the pencil to help control the brush. So there we have our red light, and now I'm going to wash my brush. If you need to change your water, you can do. And I'm not going to paint the orange yet because I'm going to do all of the primary colours first. So the next colour that I will do is yellow. And this also gives the paint a chance to dry in between the stripes of the colour spectrum or the rainbow. Again, I'll wash my brush, and I need the third primary colour, which is blue. Again, just dipping the tip of the brush in the paint, starting at the fine end. So we're missing out green because that is a secondary colour. Now that we have our primary colours, we can add the secondary colours. And I think I'd better just change my water quickly. Okay, to make orange, we're going to mix the colours that are both next to the orange. So we need some yellow and some red. So I'll use the yellow first, and I'll take a bit of the yellow and I'll put it into a new palette, and then I'll take a little bit of red, mix them together to make orange. And I can paint my orange ray of light. If you wanted to do this in a more advanced way, you could try to blend the colours so that they don't have a clear line. So you could fade from red to dark orange, through to orange, through to yellow orange or light orange, through to yellow. Next, I'm ready to mix my green. So because green is in between yellow and blue, I need to mix yellow and blue. So I'll take some yellow. Always use the lightest colour first, and then a tiny bit of blue. Because if you use more blue, it will make a darker green. Mix the colours together, and then I'll paint my green. Now we're ready for Indigo and Violet, and this time, as you can see, there isn't a colour right next to them, but we have the blue here, and then if we followed it all the way around, we'd get to red. So we're going to mix red and blue to make Indigo and Violet. Now Indigo is more of a blue purple and Violet is more of a red purple. So first I'll take a bit of blue and then a bit of red and mix the two together. So the indigo is more of a blue purple, so I'm adding more blue than red, and that can go in the next stripe. I'll add a little bit more water to help that spread a bit better. Hello, Otto. Then I'll wash my brush again. And now I'm going to add a little bit more red to my purple to make it more of a violet colour. If you add too much, don't worry, just add a little bit more blue until you're happy with the colour. Don't drink that. And when you're finished, you can wash your brush. If you wanted to, you could try and add some detail onto the prism. You might want to paint in the light. You could do a dark background. It's up to you.